And now, Suspense. Your host is Autolite, world's largest independent manufacturer of automotive electrical equipment, maker of over 400 products for cars, trucks, tractors, airplanes, and boats in 28 plants from coast to coast, including dependable stay-full batteries, horns, electric windshield wipers, relays, ignition coils, spark plug wire, and battery cable. Autolite also makes starting motors, distributors, generators, instruments and gauges, and a complete line of ignition-engineered standard and resistor-type spark plugs. Yes, from bumper to tail light, you're always right with Autolite. And now, Autolite and its 96,000 dealers everywhere present Suspense.
Working late tonight, Mr. Peabody. And raining hard out. Good night. Night. Who's there? Who's that? That you, Mr. Anderson? Hello, Joe. Joe, listen. Call the police. There's a guy somewhere in the building that's just committed a murder.
Now listen, Pop. We cover the whole building. We take it floor by floor, corridor by corridor. We can't get away. We got all night. Where's the body?
It's in the jewelry shop up on the 4th floor.
Okay. Let's go.
That's right. I seen the light up there, and I thought Mr. Millie Anderson was...
Is that the man's
working.
name?
That's right.
Wait here. Well, where's the body?
It was right there. Look!
Sure. Robbery, too. Let's go. All right, you guys. Fan out. Me and Pop here will cover this floor and the 5th floor. You start at the 3rd floor and work your way down to the basement. No doubt he come back for the body, but he's still in the building. We'll get him. What's in here?
That's a mop closet.
We were so afraid you wouldn't be able to come.
I'm really
My goodness,
sorry,
we
lady.
thought you might have gotten lost in the storm.
By George, yes. Just remarking to Nadia here. What a lark, eh? The great man himself getting lost on the way here, eh?
But it's funny, as a matter of fact. Mighty don't you never had to send someone out to find you. Dwight fellow, lady.
Yeah. Well, the point is that Mr. Anderson's here, so all's well that ends well. Quote a late member of our fraternity. Now, I'll introduce you, Mr. Anderson. As you probably guessed, this is Duncan Dixon. Of course, you know Duncan's work. The Inspector Beddington series, his latest Dirty Doings in Albert Hall, is quite a masterpiece. Quite a masterpiece.
Nadia, you're too kind. How'd you do, sir? How'd you do?
And over here is Ace McCoy. Ace. This is Mr. Anderson.
Well, how do you do?
Naturally, you've followed the adventures of Rick Rogers' Private Eye.
Oh, yes. Yes, I followed them all over.
And this is Wilson Kittredge, the man who's responsible for Dwight Fallow, the analytical genius. And here's Betsy Lyons, the one who wrote Murder in the Sorority Supper or The Scorpion in the Daisy Chain. Now you know it's all, Mr. Anderson. Come and have a drink. You must be cold.
You haven't introduced yourself. Anderson, old boy, this is Nadia Demarest, our high priestess of crime and author of the Sir Anthony books.
This is Sir Anthony. Well, now, I'm sure I speak for all of us when I say that it's not only a pleasure but a privilege to welcome the great Bothwell Anderson, creator of the world-renowned Sedgwick the Sleuth, to our regular monthly meeting of the International Association of Assassins.
Yeah? Okay. Right. Keep on going. 3rd and 2nd floors clear. They're on their way to the basement. Who was the guy that was murdered?
His name was Anderson, Gunnar Anderson. That's all I know about him.
Looks like simple burglary to me. Didn't know the proprietor was in. They got into a fight and he bopped them off. What's on the top floor?
The storerooms mostly. They're always locked. Oh, yeah, I forgot in the murderers' meeting.
What's that? The murderers what's this?
The murderers. Once a month they meet up on the 5th floor. They got a clubroom up there.
Murderers? And the murderers got a clubroom up there? Say, what's going on here?
Now, take it easy. They ain't real murderers. They're authors.
Oh,
You know, Anderson, old man, it's quite an honor having you with us. We all know you never come to town. Spend all your time on that island of yours. Where is it again?
where's what?
Oh, that island you live on. Somewhere off the coast. I can't remember. The Vineyard, isn't it? Or Nantucket. Which?
How'd you like another transfusion, Mac? Hey, how's that new book of yours coming along? My agent tells me he's going to knock them for a loop.
Well, I don't think we'd better wait any longer. I think the others have been delayed in the storm. So if you're ready to begin, Mr. Anderson.
Ready to begin?
Now, we're going to start. Come along, all you killers. Come along.
Coming, Mr. Anderson?
What's going to happen now?
Why, your lecture.
Lecture? Lady,
The
you mean
meeting
that
will please come to
Come
order.
on, Mr. Anderson. Mr. Anderson! Are you ill?
No.
No, I just thought I heard somebody knocking at the door, but it wasn't. You want me to give a lecture? All right, lady, I'll make a speech. Now, what do you want me to talk about? You just name it, and I'll talk about
Now,
it.
you come right over here, Mr. Anderson. Sit down on the sofa so we can all enjoy your talk. Now, tonight, as you know, it's the pleasure and the privilege of the International Association of Assassins to hear a talk by the man who has unquestionably arrived at the position of America's most famous writer of mystery stories, Bothwell Anderson, creator of Sedgwick the Sleuth.
Yeah.
Now, as you know, Mr. Anderson's a very retiring person, so we can consider ourselves extremely fortunate that he has consented at last, after much persuasion, to quit his sanctum sanctorum and journey to our little gathering.
Yeah.
So, without further ado, I give you our guest of the evening, Bothwell Anderson, who will speak to us on his latest Sedgwick novel, Someone Shot Mr. Simmons. Mr. Anderson.
Here, right?
Right. Yeah, someone shot Mr. Simmons. Well, I'll tell you all about it. I'll tell you all about it. Well, there was this guy, see? And he was just going in to rob this jewelry store.
I beg pardon. What guy?
Well, this guy we've been talking about, this here Sedgwick.
Why, Mr. Anderson? Why should Sedgwick commit burglary?
Well, he's down on his luck. Yeah, that's it. Down on his luck, see? No dough, and he can't get a job. On account of he did a stretch once. And nobody will hire an ex-con, even if he tries to go straight.
Lord, never knew Sedgwick had been in quad.
What's that?
What's what?
Quad.
So anyway, all he wanted to do was grab some stuff and then run for it, see? He didn't want to kill anybody. He never bumped a guy in his life before.
You mean Sedgwick commits murder? Holy smokes, this'll blow the business wide open.
Man.
Well, the other guy wouldn't keep his hands up. He didn't want to kill him, but the other guy had to fight. He had to make trouble, so he got killed.
So how did Sedgwick cool the bum?
He hit him. Yeah, he hit him with the butt of his gun. And the other guy hit him, and they both fell down unconscious. And when Sedgwick wakes up, there's this other guy lying on the floor, dead. So, the cops are coming. Sedgwick has to take it on the lam.
Well done. I say bravo. Good show, old boy. Jolly good show.
Great idea, Ranson. Great idea. Sedgwick accused of murder. That's a great idea. Now, how do you get out of it?
Huh?
Hey, go on, old boy. You can't stop there. What does Sedgwick do?
How do you get out of it, Anderson? Tell us the solution.
All right, now where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon.
What are you doing around here? The building is closed.
I have an appointment.
At 10 o'clock at night? With who?
My dear
Now,
man...
just answer the question.
May I know your reason for asking them?
Why not? There's a guy been murdered here. And we're kind of looking around to find the guy who done it.
Someone's been murdered? My word. Well, I didn't do it. I just got here.
What's your name?
My card.
Bothwell Anderson, eh? Who's Bothwell Anderson?
I am Bothwell Anderson.
Mr. Anderson, tell us what happens now.
Good evening. This is Rex Marshall for Autolite. You know, it's been a beautiful spring day here in New York. The kind of a balmy spring day that makes you think of love in bloom. So I thought during our brief intermission tonight it would be appropriate to take a look at the cartoon story of Romeo and Rosemary and their big romance. As a matter of fact, they're about to elope. You see, all they have to do is get in the car and they'll be on their way. All our hero has to do is step on the starter and... Uh-oh, nothing happens. Oh, the car won't start because Romeo forgot to fill his battery with water, and it's as cold as last year's kisses. But from the look of Rosemary's father's kisser, things are going to be pretty hot any minute. Well, you see, friends, Romeo picked out the worst possible time to find out that a dry, dead battery means that your car just won't start. And that's why it's mighty important to make sure that your car is equipped with an Autolite Stay Full battery. You know, that's the famous battery that needs water just 3 times a year in normal car use. Now, I'd like to show you why. You see, in the ordinary battery, small particles keep flaking off the positive plates. So the ordinary battery has to have a large space in the bottom of the case to hold those particles. Otherwise, they'll get together and short-circuit the plates. But there's a big difference in the new Autolite Stay Full battery. Every positive plate has a fiberglass retaining mat protecting it, holding the active materials in place to reduce that flaking. You see, there's the fiberglass, the feature that gives such real advantages to the Autolite Stay Full battery. Now, while the ordinary battery requires this much extra space below the plates, the Autolite Stay Full battery doesn't need all that extra space, so we use it to advantage by putting it up above. Now, if we put electrolyte in both batteries, there's space left up above for extra water. But you see, an ordinary battery holds only this much extra water, while the Autolite Stay Full battery, with that extra space, holds over 3 times the liquid reserve of ordinary batteries. And that's why your Autolite Stay Full battery needs water just 3 times a year in normal car use. That's right, just 3 times a year in normal car use. And friends, here's something else that you definitely should know. The Autolite Stay Full battery gives longer life in tests conducted according to accepted life cycle standards. So why don't you enjoy the advantages of greater safety, greater convenience, and longer life with an Autolite Stay Full battery. You know, all you have to do is look for this sign right here. That's where you'll find an Autolite battery dealer, and he'll have an Autolite Stay Full battery for your car, along with the special tools needed to install it properly. And he also has special battery test equipment to give you the best in battery advice and service. Well, now, getting back to finish up our story of Romeo and Rosemary, it turns out that Pop didn't want to stop the elopement after all. No, he just wanted to give them a wedding present. So now they really are on their way. After a quick visit to the JP, they roll down Happiness Highway, proving once again you're always right with Autolite. Now, Act 2 of Murderer's Meeting, starring Jackie Cooper with Mildred Natwick and Wally Cox.
Well, Anderson, eh? Correct, my good man. No doubt you've read some of my works. The Sedgwick the Sleuth series. And here's a copy of my latest. Someone Shot Mr. Simmons. You see my pictures there on the back.
Oh, yeah. Say, you're one of those mystery writers like the ones they have in the meeting upstairs.
I am presently to lecture to the International Association of Assassins, yes.
Well, I guess it's okay for you to go up. But tell them there's a killer loose in the building. I'll be up myself in a few minutes.
Oh, excuse me.
Yes, Mr. Anderson. Tell us what happens now.
What do you mean, what happens now?
Why, tell us the solution.
Yes, go on, old boy. You simply can't stop there. And what does Sedgwick do?
Well, what do you want him to do?
Well, I mean to say, it's quite clear to me that Sedgwick only thinks he's the murderer. Actually, it was somebody else who was lurking in the background.
Nah, you got it all wrong. Of course Sedgwick done it.
But he mustn't. Detectives can't commit murder.
It's not the usual thing, I must confess.
But there wasn't anyone else there, just the owner of the jewelry store and me, Sedgwick.
Yes, Mr. Anderson. That's what we're expected to believe until Sedgwick's able to prove differently.
What's she going to prove?
Why, that he didn't do the murder at all. After all, it was an entirely different person. A third party, if you know what I mean.
What do you mean?
Well, you wrote the book, Mac. You ought to know.
I think I see what you've done, Mr. Anderson. Very clever of you. I use the same device in my book, Clowns Can't Cry. See, actually,
Who could that be? Tom?
Good evening. I'm sorry to be late. I hear there's a killer loose on the premises, and I thought you should be warned.
Good gracious, of what?
A killer. He evidently murdered the proprietor of the jewelry store downstairs on the 4th floor. It seems there was a holdup. The man put up a struggle, and the killer crushed in his skull with the base of a lamp.
Good Lord, this is very extraordinary. I say, who the devil are you?
And my card.
Nadia, everybody, this card says Bothwell Anderson.
Why, it's ridiculous. Here is Bothwell Anderson.
That's so. I am Bothwell Anderson.
Don't anybody make a move. Now just stay right where you are. First one of you that makes a move, the girl gets killed. Now you're going to stand right there and just keep your mouth shut.
Officer, that's your man. He's the murderer.
Don't make a move and the girl gets plugged. Get up.
Everybody stand away from that door.
He'll Betsy, he'll kill her.
Now, do you realize what's happened?
We've been told the story of the murder that took place here tonight twice.
Keep quiet. I'm going to rush him.
No, he's threatened to kill Betsy.
He's dangerous.
There's no way off that terrace except through here, so if you just bide your time, he's bound to come back this way.
Okay, then we'll wait.
What are you going to do?
Shut up.
There's no way out. Unless you want to jump. What's your name?
What do you care what my name is?
You're not Bothwell Anderson. Who are you? There's no way out. Except through there.
Yeah. All right. Then we'll go through there. Hey, you in there?
What do you want? You better come out. You don't stand a chance.
I'm coming out. But I'm coming all the way out. Get over there. I'm walking out. I'm taking the girl with me. I warn you, you make one move and the girl gets killed. I warned you.
Don't none of you leave this room. You've caused enough trouble as it is.
Betsy, are you all right?
Yes, I'm all right. Listen, everybody. Remember my book. Clowns Can't Cry. Remember the situation. Two men had a fight and knocked each other unconscious.
Yes. And when one of them woke up, the other one was dead. He naturally assumed that he was the one who had committed the murder.
When in reality, it was an entirely different person. The one who'd planned to kill his victim. He came upon them both unconscious.
Hey, you think
How
that's
did
what
you
happened here
appear?
tonight?
His skull was crushed in with the base of a lamp.
The man who was up here before said he hit him with the butt of a gun.
So he did.
Hey, you want a drink, Mr. Anderson? You wait right here.
Keep your eyes open, Mac. He's still in the building. He can't get away.
Five will get you 10, it's him.
How do you know?
Because he came busting in here and he knows all the details. How does he know them?
Good Lord. Nadia. Nadia.
Look at their names. Anderson, the writer, and Anderson, the jeweler. Well, what do you want to bet they're brothers?
Yes. And Anderson was carrying on with Anderson's wife, perhaps. He knew his brother's shop was in the same building as our meeting. And so he
Figuring
planned.
we'd provide him with an alibi. Nadja, I bet you're right. Bothwell Anderson is the murderer.
Well, there's only one thing to do, and that's keep this Bothwell Anderson here till the policeman comes back. We can't let him leave.
All right. Leave it to me. I say, Anderson, old man, you know, all this reminds me of one of my earlier stories. The body in Belgrave Square.
Oh, indeed, sir.
Yes, indeed, sir. Inspector Bennington was in charge of the case, and as soon as they got a lead on who they thought the criminal was, they discovered that the man had escaped out of the car.
Don't move.
Wait a minute, don't shoot.
You're under arrest.
Now, wait a minute. I haven't killed anybody.
Say, this looks like the guy seen running out of here.
Now, just a minute. Listen to me. I haven't murdered anybody. If you'll just come back upstairs with me, I can explain this whole thing.
Sure, you're going to have a lot of explaining to do, including what you did with the body. Where is it?
The body? Oh, you mean Gunnar Anderson? All right, let me show you.
Okay, let's go.
came from behind the curtain, don't you know, and confronted the bloke. The chap was simply shaking in his boots, and Bennington took out his notebook.
This is all very interesting and all that, but I really must be getting along.
No, but
No, Mr. Anderson. Duncan hasn't finished his story yet. I'm sure you want to hear the climax.
You mean the body's in here?
Open the door, I'll show you.
Okay. Get in.
Oh, officer, I'm so glad you've come back. We have the most amazing news for you.
Keep quiet. Well, where's the body?
Right there.
Gunner Anderson.
Hello, Pop.
But you're dead. I saw your body.
Keep quiet. What's your name?
My card.
Never mind your card. What's your name?
This is Bothwell Anderson, the famous author.
Also Gunner Anderson, the dealer in rare gems. One never knows, officer, when it's necessary to have an alternative profession.
Suppose you tell us who you really are.
I'll be delighted to tell you what happened. But I warn you, everything I tell you is copyrighted. Try stealing any of it and I'll sue. If somebody don't start talking sense around here, I'll run a lot of you in. Now, did the watchman find you on the floor of your shop, or didn't he? He did, just as it was intended he should. You see, officer, a great many years ago, when I was a young, unpublished writer, I was refused admittance to the International Association of Assassins. I decided then that if ever I became established, I'd pay them back. What? Today, I got my opportunity. I'd been invited a week ago to come here and address them. And so I enlisted the aid of this young man, who allow me to introduce you. Mr. O'Keefe, who is also a writer of mystery stories, but who, like myself, has been refused admission to this select group.
You mean that this has all been a trick?
Precisely. I decided to show you up for the fools you really are, and it appears that I've succeeded admirably. You see, officer, there's been no murder, and there's been no robbery. No, there's been no robbery, and there's been no murder. But by golly, I'd like to run the lot of you all in. On what charge, officer? There ain't no charge. But if I was a congressman or a representative, there'd be one. I'd make it a crime to write books.
The meeting is adjourned.
Just a minute, folks. Aren't you going to let me read my story to you? Oh, please. After I've waited all these years? Please?
The meeting will please come to order.
Murderer's Meeting by Robert O'Keefe. Chapter 1.
Autolite and its 96,000 dealers have just brought you another story of suspense. Tonight, a story was Murderer's Meeting, starring Jackie Cooper. In just a moment, I'll tell you the title of our suspense story for next week. But first, a quick reminder to you drivers that when it comes to batteries, the Autolite Stay Full, the battery that needs water just 3 times a year in normal car use, will give you greater convenience, longer life, and dependable starting power. Remember, friends, wherever you see this sign, you'll find an Autolite battery dealer. So pay him a visit and get an Autolite Stay Full battery for your car. And you'll find out why you're always right with Autolite. No friend like an old friend. A story well calculated to keep you in suspense.
This is CBS, the Columbia Broadcasting System.